Welcome to Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. Today, we got the CBC Mailbag, hosted by me, C-Dubb. We got 5 mailbags today. We gonna get right into it. But first, you gotta hear the music, bro. Welcome to Chicago Bears Central. Shout out to all our mods. Shout out to all the guys. I'm riding solo today, y'all. So we go get straight into the mailbags. And the first mailbag is starting off with my boy, Jay Capone the Don. Shout out to my brother. He been showing so much support to us. He got something to say. Let's get right into it.
Yo, what up, y'all? Y'all know who it is, Mr. AKA Hot Wheels, Mr. AKA Wheelchair John Morant on phone. Anyway, man, I'm just sitting here on this beautiful Saturday morning in my nice apartment, man. Motherfuckers can't really just say that for real, but get up, boy, with your boy Willie folks. Anyway, I came to talk about Dexter Lawrence, man. Like, I really think that he's for the taking because, like the national media said, everybody has used up their money for big time free agents. So they SOL right now. That includes the stank ass cheese packers. No, motherfuckers, y'all can't have them because y'all got bum leg Michael Parsons that y'all paying like $70 million a year for. Anyway, but man, he could be a difference maker to our defensive line, man. Like I feel that that's like the key punch. That's like adding Horace Grant to the Bulls. That's like adding Dennis Rodman to the Bulls. You feel me? But man, Pose, make that call, man. It's right there for you, man. Make that call. Be Savage Pose. Be like on phone them. My name Ryan Pose. You need a second round pick. You need next year's first. I got you. Come shop with Pose at Aldi's, you feel me? Because Pose be giving up them great deals. But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. It's your boy, Hot Wheels, a.k.a. Jay Capone, a.k.a. Mr. Funny Man. I'ma holler at y'all later. Bear down. Hey, shout out to Chicago Bear Central. All my brothers. Love y'all. Peace.
Now, shout out to my boy, Jay Capone. Shout out to my boy Jay Capone, bro. Um, he really feeling Dexter Lawrence. I think I heard you say maybe you were just joking, but you were saying Ryan Poles would offer a first and a second round. Never for a guy that had a half a sack last season. Yeah, I said that really loud, Jay Capone, my brother. He had a half a sack last season. Now, if this was 2023, if this was 2024, in which he had 9 sacks in 2024, he had something similar the year prior. I'll probably give it some thought. But when I look at the landscape of the Chicago Bears, is he better? Is he better than Javon Dexter? Nope. His numbers don't line up. It ain't better. His numbers ain't better than Javon Dexter. Is he better than Grady Jarrett? And I ain't never that high on Grady Jarrett, but guess what? Grady Jarrett is better than him when you look at the stats output. So when it comes to Dexter Lawrence, I'm going to have to say, let's go young. Forget about the old guy. He only 28 years old, but his output last season was not good. So I'm straight. Shout out to my boy Jay Capone the Don. Make sure y'all go follow him on his social media platforms. He is a funny guy. On to the next one. And we got my boy Milton in the building. What up, Milton?
Yo, Chicago Bears Central, them Cognac boys, what it do? It's your boy, it's your man, Milton the Dark Knight calling back on this beautiful Friday, always beautiful Friday. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Fellas, the draft is coming upon us next Thursday on my daughter's birthday, April 23rd. Happy birthday to my daughter. She'll be turning 18. And I'm going to be celebrating who we picked in the draft on Monday, because Monday's my birthday. Happy birthday to me, of course. And, on vacation. So I'm going to enjoy the draft and see who the Chicago Bears going to pick up. But to the fans out there, let's pump our brakes. Those of y'all flipping out, and, don't get your mindset on who they need to pick and should pick in, the first round and all this other stuff. Let's just pray that Ryan Poles makes the best choice. Who can help elevate this team to the next level. Just think of this team as us building. We wanted to get a brand new house built from the ground up. Last year, with a rookie head coach, a new coaching staff, we laid down the bricks and the foundation, the crawl space and all that, and the framing of the house. This year, we're going to take it to our next level and hope and pray that it's not a one-off like from passing coaching regime, but I don't believe we're going to even go out that way. We're just going to have to put up this year after this year. As far as we go, make it a little bit further, put up the drywall and everything else in there and the padding and stuff. And then, next year we put in the wiring and bam, wiring the rest of the house, the roof and all that. Bam, we got our house, man. But we're gonna do some good things this year. I got some great confidence in our team. Well, quick question for you, Chicago Bears Central. Do you think that with this forthcoming draft coming this forthcoming Thursday, and, we're predicting to go defense, do you think this is going to be like putting like Javon Dexter and some of the other guys on notice, maybe like Montez Sweat and everything, or you think that we think it's still built around those youngsters, especially Javon Dexter, though? I'm so hoping great things for him. I know he kind of had like a down season this past season. I do believe he might turn it around. He and the Sandman, Jack Sanborn and everything. And also wanted to ask y'all, what are your chances of Rojo making the team this year? Do you see him being gone? Or they're going to relegate him to where Travis Homer was on special teams? What do you think? I just want to get your thoughts on that. But anyway, Chicago Bears Central, have a good weekend. For y'all listening to the show, don't forget to check out my man, Bobby and Steve over on NFL Central. Go over there and subscribe and hit that notification bell. The same thing with Chicago Bears Central, on everything Chicago. As always, it's Milton the Dark Knight. Chicago up, Bear down. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Holler!
Man. Shout out to my boy Milton the Dark Knight. And I'm sending happy birthday love to you and your daughter. Congratulations on making this far in this life journey. Many more years to come for both of y'all. Now let's get to the content. My boy Rojo, bro. I have to get to the ass end of it first. Rojo, I love me some Rojo. He plays so hard, bro, but he plays so hard that he probably knocked himself out of the NFL. He played so reckless and so hard that he may have knocked himself out of the NFL. I do not think that he's going to be back with the Chicago Bears. It hurts me, but the talent is spectacular, and we may get a young guy that could come in and be a little bit better than Rojo. Now, when it comes to the draft and what kind of player or what kind of mindset the Chicago Bears are going into this draft with, I think it's improvement. I don't think we're going in this looking to replace a guy like Javon Dexter. I think we going into the draft to complement what we have in some of these young players. I think we should target the edge position or the safety position, but we'll see what Ryan Poles does. He is afforded that. He does deserve every opportunity to do whatever the hell he sees fit to improve this team. If you look at deals done, we got Caleb Williams. That's all praise to Ryan Poles. Look at the guys in Kyle Monungai and picked in the 7th round. He had the foresight to take a chance on that guy. Luther Burden, Colston Loveland. The list goes on and on. Yes, Ryan Poles is afforded the opportunity to improve this team the way he sees fit. Shout out to Milton. And once again, happy birthday and to you and your daughter, the upcoming birthdays. Shout out to my boy Milton. That was a great mailbag. Let's get on to the next one. We got my boy K Deuce. K2, if you ain't hip. Let's get into it. My boy K Deuce.
What's going on, fellas? It's your boy K2, man, and I just want to call in real quick, man, because I've been hearing a lot about how when the draft is coming up, we're a week away, man. Everybody excited. Everybody wants our team to draft this, draft that. Look, man, I don't care about no mock. I don't care about no sock. I don't care about no rock. I don't care about none of that. Let me tell you what I do care about, our coaching staff, because I can tell you right now, bro, this coaching staff we got, I'm more excited and I'm more confident, and I know we all are as a collective unit as big. The league in turnovers because of Dennis Allen. I don't care what nobody says, bro. Like, they got rid of what I felt was the problem. Bayard was the problem because he couldn't cover. Edmund was the problem because he couldn't cover. And Mayshawn Wright couldn't cover. He couldn't cover biscuits with gravy. That boy trash when it came to covering. But they led the league in turnovers in their first year with this coaching staff, bro. Who's to say once we get people that can cover that still ain't gonna change, bro? And I don't care if we draft offensive for the first round, second round, third round. Can we draft a safety? Can we draft a lineman? It don't matter, bro. Our coaching staff is here to develop the players that we have, bro. And as far as left tackle goes, I like that Andrews Willis guy, man. I think he might fill the role that we've been looking for, even if it's just for this year until Ozzie comes back. And Ozzie will come back 100%, bro. I believe in Ben Johnson to do what he got to do his due diligence, and find us a player on the left side, bro. As far as edge, we all know the D-line needs some attention. You know what, bro? If Eberflus get to pick who he want to pick, and the defense was what it was, bro, this is Dennis Allen's first chance to pick a D lineman, bro. I feel like he gonna do the right thing, and our coaching staff gonna develop whoever we bring in, bro. It don't matter, y'all. Calm down, relax. Bears winning 14 games next season. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care who we play. We about to get a Detroit ass. We about to sweep the Vikings. We about to sweep Green Bay again. We about to be kings of the North one more time, man. I'm feeling excited, and I hope y'all feeling the same. Have a good day, and I hope y'all have a better weekend. Chicago up, Bears down.
Oh, man. Shout out to my man, K Deuce. He is excited for this upcoming season and excited about this NFL team, the Chicago Bears we have. Great mailbag as well, K Deuce. I look at this entire situation like this, K Deuce. Ryan Poles in the front and all his front office and the coaching staff on the Chicago Bears have visually improved this team so noticeably that I could point to a guy like DeAndre Swift. He has become a complete back. Now, Eric Bieniemy has moved on. But that's the difference in coaching that the Chicago Bears still have, even without Bieniemy still on this team. You can look at the improvement of Caleb Williams. You can look at Austin Booker and his play on the defensive line. But I would like to say this about Ryan Poles and the moves that they're making. Ryan Poles has been afforded so much leeway to build this team in a positive way, in a way that he liked to be successful, that he's taking an ultimate chance. You talked about Mayshawn, right? You talked about Kevin Bayard. They damn near have 15 turnovers combined together. And none of those guys, neither one of those guys are still on this team. So they're taking a big gamble. If this doesn't work, wait a minute. You let go of 2 all-pro defensive backs for some rookies or some guys that we don't know, and they're not working out, Ryan Post? This is devastating. Hey, but he took this chance, though. He took this chance. He has a picture of how he want his team to look, and he's going to do it. I love that he's stepping over that line that you don't cross, because it would have been real easy for him to bring back Nashawn Wright and Kevin Byard. But he said, no, we're going to improve on Pro Bowl players. I can't wait to see how this end up. Shout out to my boy K2 with the dope mailbag. Oh, we're going to move on to my boy X is in the building. What up, X? How you feeling? We about to get cracking. X, what you got to say, big dog?
What's going on, guys? This is Xavier calling in, man. I just wanted to speak on the Dexter Lawrence thing. Obviously, I'm a big Dexter Lawrence guy. I loved him at Clemson. I love him in the league. He's a really good defensive tackle, but we don't need him, bro. We don't need him. Obviously, would he help? Yes, he would, but we got to understand the salary cap, bro. We don't have the money. We just don't have the money to do it right now. And that's perfectly fine, bro. I feel like we can get a defensive tackle in the draft. We have to go through the draft to fill out the rest of this roster. Guys are used to these big name guys, and I get it. It's cool. It looks good. Oh, Dexter Lawrence, or we should get Trey Hendrickson, or we should get Max Crosby, bro. Max Crosby was a 4th-round pick. Trey Hendrickson was a 3rd-round pick. These guys were not the guys they are today when they were drafted. You know, they had the potential, obviously, because they were drafted, but they weren't, you know, they were later-round picks. It wasn't like these were can't-miss prospects. They evolved into what they are. So I say go through the draft and get our guys, give Ryan Post a chance to evaluate the talent. He's been really good at evaluating the talent. So, I mean, you got to understand, we have to build through the draft, and we have to be able to hit on the later round picks. And, I mean, obviously we want to go defensive tackle. We want to fix the offensive line with the defensive edge, possibly. But even if we go safety with first pick, I'm fine with that because we have the other picks. We just have to hit on those guys and see if they can pan out, because the big names aren't always first-round picks, and that's what people fail to realize. They just see what these guys evolve to and be like, oh, well, man, like, well, these guys are can't-miss prospects. They weren't when they came out of college. They evolved into that. So, man, I just say ride it out with Ryan Post, Ben Johnson, you feel me, trusting them, and obviously have Dennis Allen's input if there's going to be a defensive guy. And, man, we gonna trust him and rock out, man. But let me know how y'all feel about that, man. Chicago up that ass.
Yo, shout out to my boy X with the great mailbag, man. And he's talking about established players versus getting people out of the draft. And this is what I think about this. When it comes to acquiring established players, their impact must be foretold. You heard what I said. Their impact must be a definite. When I look at a guy like Dexter Lawrence, his impact is not a definite. You can look at his inconsistent play in the last 3 years. 2 good years in 23 and 24, and last year he had a half a sack. He ain't even get a whole one. There is some credence to finishing the building this team through the draft. There is, you know, but you can still go and get guys whose impact is a definite. Like, you know, you're going to get this amount of impact from said guy. You're going to get this amount between this range of sacks from this guy. You're going to get this range of performance from said guy. That's when you go out and get yourself a Trey Hendrickson. You know he's going to get to the quarterback. You know he's going to get there. Now, the money things is a whole nother issue. And that's another issue. And that's one of the main, probably the main issue with Dexter Lawrence. How much funds is he going to demand? 28 years old now, defensive tackle. He had some big years before last year. So I'm with X. Let's get younger. But if you do find a guy that you know that his impact is going to be definite, you go ahead and scoop him up. I don't see no problem with that, bro. I don't see no problem with that, bro. Max Crosby, you know he getting to the quarterback. It ain't no question mark in that. That's what he do. He destroys games. So that's a good thought, though. I do agree that we do need to get some young guys here and develop. We still don't have the requisite years with this coaching staff to say that they can really develop players over a long period of time, and it is who they is. We still got to see Manunga, see if he's going to build off last year. He was fantastic. Good to start. Luther Burton, good to start. I know Colston going to be raw. Let's get on to the last mailbag of the day. And it's my boy Keys. I'm giving you the keys to the podcast. What you got to say, big dog? Let's see. Keys.
Yo, what's the deal, fellas? It's your boy Keys, man. Hope all is well with you guys. With that being said, let's get to it. So we are exactly a week away from the franchise moves that are going to be made for draft night. I know there's been some reports coming out about deals being done already for Dexter Lawrence and what we giving up and all that stuff like that. I'll say this, and this is how I'm thinking. All right, Haize, Bobby, the rest of the guys, y'all can tell me if you feel the same way. Although I would love a nose tackle in Dexter Lawrence who can hold gaps and he can make plays, and you know he's very athletic for 6'4", like 340, and he holds his own in the run game, and he can pass rush a little bit. Now his stats last year may not say that, but the year before that, the previous 2 years, in 2023 and 2024, I think he had pretty decent years. All right, and I think what it really comes down to, and I think Bears fans has to see this, is the money. It's always been about the money. How is it going to work with the money? His contract currently, I think, is like 21. It's in the 20s. But if you look at our cap space, we don't have the cap space. So how is that really going to work for us? Is New York going to take on half of that deal? You know, is Paul going to restructure some guys so that it can free up and open up space for the cap? You also have to remember, too, we got to sign our draft picks. So as bad as I would want Dexter Lawrence to help this D-line out because he's a veteran, he's been in the league, he knows how to play ball, and he, from that draft class in 2019, you got to remember it was him, Quentin Williams, Jeffrey Simmons, Christian Wilkins, and all of them. That was a badass defensive tackle class, right? As bad as I would want Dexter Lawrence, I don't think we really going to get him. Now, if we get him, I'm going to be cool about it. All I'm going to be concerned about is the money portion, right? Because you want to extend Darnell Wright. You want to extend Caleb Williams. That's very well known. And I go back to it, we have to sign our draft picks. So as bad as I would want Dexter Lawrence, once again, I just don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I think it'll be more so a gear if we were to draft anybody. Say we want a nose tackle to pair next to Shamar Turner and all of that stuff like that. The person you probably going to have to go after is Caden McDonald. Very comparable. Plays just like him, or if you want to go Peter Woods from the same school. So that's just my thoughts, but let me know what you guys think. As always, Chi-Town up, bear down, keep doing your thing, boys.
Shout out my boy.
Yo, what's the deal?
Shout out my boy Keys, bro, and it's a great way to conclude the mailbag This Dexter Lawrence thing, I'm really not feeling acquiring this guy, Dexter Lawrence, bro. Twofold. The money aspect, like my man Keys was just talking about, something like 20 million per the contract says, or something in that fashion. I know he had a really good year prior to last season. 9 sacks. He was stuffing the run, putting pressure on the quarterback. He's a big, physical, athletic motherfucker, bro. 340, 6'4", that's a big guy right there. And he athletic too. But I can't get past the money. And I can't get past the reason you only had a half a sack last season. I can't get back the reason. What is it told me the prior 2 years that you get to the quarterback? That's what your arc told me, that you get to the quarterback. Now, I'm going to bring your agent. I'm going to call your agent. I'm Ryan Poles. I'm like, man, we love Dexter Lawrence. He 340, 6'4", super athletic. Hey, man, what happened to his sack totals? Why did he go from 9 sacks all the way to 0.5? A half a sack, not even a whole. He participated in a sack. And he going to start his excuse, and I'm going to tell him, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to pass on your client because that ain't what we need over here. We don't need excuses. So I'm looking at a guy like Kate McDonald from Ohio State. I'm looking at a guy like Peter Woods. Let's get some young guys in here that can compete with the guys we got here, or even beat them out and get on the field. But ultimately, it's up to Ryan Poles. He's been afforded that power. And if he feels like he can go get Dexter Lawrence to do it, I'm riding with him. I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to ride it with him. He's afforded the opportunity to build the team in his likeness. But don't do it, Ryan Poles. It don't feel right. Shout out to all the mailbox participants, Jay Capone, Milton, Deuce, X, and Keys. Man, this has been a dope mailbag. You guys are the best in the world. Make sure y'all hit them like buttons. Make sure you subscribed if you haven't already. The season fastly approaches. We are ready, baby. See y'all soon.